Hey planners, it's Teo Shantae Plans, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to my very first planner spread of 2022. I am in the Sadie Stickers 2022 dated vertical planner, and I am using the 2022 kit. I feel like I've said 2022 like a million times already. the 2022 kit from Paper Muse Crafts. If you are new to my channel, what I'll be doing is memory planning. I have a daily planner from Plum Paper Planner that I don't decorate at all. I simply use it to write down things that are happening to me and things that are upcoming, and write out all of my plans. And that's the planner that I use on a daily basis. And then I get a chance to sit down and decorate this planner with stickers because I love this hobby so very much. I had this week all planned out, and then I sat down with my stickers and got started on this spread. And so I began by putting down the bottom washi, and then I added a washi trim from Sadie Stickers in between the two strips of bottom washi, then moved up to my date covers. I have been having a ton of fun playing around with date cover deco and turning this area into something that's just very freeform and a lot of fun. I purchased these day scripts from Paper Trail Plans, and ever since I got them, I've really been enjoying the thought of not using just the even though they're super cute. I love the square date covers that come in kits. I think they're fantastic, but ever since getting these day scripts, it's just been a lot of fun to play around and try new things with my date cover area and create essentially my own types of date covers. And so what I did for this one was I decided to alternate between utilizing the brushstrokes, and these are brushstrokes on transparent matte paper. I feel like a lot of this is Paper Trail Plans, because the brushstrokes are Paper Trail Plans, and as well as the oval shapes. And I'm alternating between those two shapes as the base of my date cover deco, using the scripts, and then adding in floral deco, and as well as like confetti from Sadie Stickers, and then also from Paper Trail Plans, and then a few of the clusters are from Honey Inked as well. I also have some gold foiled floral accents from Sadie Stickers in the date cover area as well. Once that was done, I moved into my top row of headers. I used the confetti headers from the kit, and then these dot divider stickers are from Paper Trail Plans. I'm going to place my date dots on top of the headers. I've recently gotten into doing this and dropping the numbers down from being right next to the day scripts to where they're on top of the headers, and I really like the look of this. And so this has just been a lot of fun for me, playing around and trying some things sort of outside the box and kind of different for me, because I think the first time I placed my date covers on headers was like December of last year, and it's not something that I certainly don't feel like I'm someone who's came up with this, because I've seen lots of other people do this, but it was new for me, and I've really been enjoying doing this. Moved over into my sidebar. I'd had one of my hanging signs there, and I totally changed it up because I realized as much as I liked the hanging sign and really wanted to incorporate that blue, I wanted to continue on with that brushstroke and oval pattern that I had going across the top of my planner, and so I decided to switch it to the oval frame. Actually, I used both. So I put down the brushstroke first and then layered the oval frame on top of it, because why not be extra in the month section, right? It can cover it all. Added some of the florals around it, thought about adding in one of the deco items, that purse or that shoe, and then decided no to both. And then brought in this little firework from the Pretty Pink Co. And then, of course, the month script from Paper Trail Plans. And that is my month section finished. Oh, no, I added a few more little sparkles. I think that's from Honey Inked, the additional confetti that I added there. Once that section was done, I'm going to trim right underneath it with that same dot divider from Paper Trail Plans, just so it's cohesive and looks very similar to what's going on with the rest of the date cover deco. And I really love that look. It makes the whole thing very cohesive and nice clean look going full across the top of the page. I've placed down the quote script in the sidebar, which says Happy New Year, and I'm adding this gorgeous trim from Paper Trail Plans. I think it's one of my favorite trims from their shop. Then I'm going to move down to the bottom of the sidebar column because I wanted to work out my spacing. I knew I wanted to create this really pretty floral background that would be behind the feet of the fashion doll that I'm going to place in this section. And I was so into the fashion dolls that I wanted to use for my New Year's Eve kit. I had this sheet that had these girls in these glamorous dresses, which is, it's just so extra, so beautiful, and so not at all what my New Year's what I knew my New Year's was going to look like even when I started planning this, and now looking back on it, knowing exactly what my New Year's was, which certainly did not involve any sort of fancy dress whatsoever. But it is, for me, something I tend to do very, very often in my planner is make my New Year's spread much more fabulous than my actual life ever is. So I had this girl in her fancy, gorgeous pink dress, which matched the kit perfectly. So I placed her in the sidebar, and now I'm just decorating around her. I wanted it to look like she was at just sort of a very glamorous, fabulous New Year's party. And so I wanted to have the garlands strung above her with streamers coming down. And so I have the confetti streamers from Sadie's stickers that I'm just layering all around her, and then utilizing some of the florals to fill in that empty space with the garlands. I love the fact that those garlands were pre-layered. If you're anything like me, layering garlands is a skill that I'm not quite in possession of. And that's the kindest way I can say I suck at layering garlands, which is the more blunt way of saying that. You're not good at it, Tay. But yeah. So when they come pre-layered, it's always great for me. Adding some more of those fireworks. Okay, those fireworks, crazy thing, because I bought them for 4th of July, I think last year, which I was glad about because I still had them in my collection, was able to use them for New Year's. And it's so funny because I think it's really awesome when stickers that we buy specifically for holiday, because I feel like it doesn't always happen. It's not really the case. If you buy stickers for Easter and you get like a bunch of bunnies and things like that, you pretty much only use that for Easter, or all of our Christmas ornament stickers and things like that. It's like you got to get that stuff in with your Christmas spreads. Whereas if you celebrate in 4th of July, American Independence Day, and New Year's, and you have fireworks and streamers, that type of stuff can be used for like obviously New Year's as well as 4th of July. You could also use the streamers for birthdays and the confetti and all that stuff. It tends to be a little more multifunctional than other season specific stickers, which is pretty cool. I hadn't thought about it until I went looking for some things to decorate this and realized I was using my 4th of July stickers, which worked out very well for me. Moving on to the day by day. Well, yes, it is so cliche to be like, I'm going to go to gym and I'm going to get healthy for my New Year's resolution. I give myself credit because my gym obsession began in October of last year. So it's not a new thing for me for January, but I did start off my day by going to the gym. And because it was January, I remember thinking, I wonder if my gym was going to end up being more crowded, if there were going to be more people. And I don't feel like there has been like a huge surge of new people at my gym, which is really great because it's one of the things that I personally really enjoy is the fact that it's not a lot of people there. I think that's always been a big hesitation for me in being someone who wanted to go to a gym consistently in the first place. I mean, for years, I've always been the type of person who's been like, no, I'd rather work out at home. I prefer working out at home. And I don't know what it was, just like last October, I started going to the gym and suddenly became a gym person, and I really love it. And I also really like the fact that I feel very comfortable there. And being more of an introverted type of personality, I think the fact that my gym isn't ever really overly crowded when I'm there. And now because I've been going for so many months, typically while I'm there, the people that I see, like, I don't know them because I don't talk to them. I'm at the gym, but but it's the same faces that you see over and over all the time. And oh my gosh, low-key crazy. Okay, story time. Because there's this guy at my gym who, and most concerning, because I was getting up and going to the gym at like 5:40 a.m. last year. I just started this month of January, going back to working from home. So I get to go to the gym at 6:30. So it's a little bit later and a little bit brighter in the day. However, when I was going to the gym at like 5:50 pulling into the parking lot, I'd be pulling into the parking lot of the gym, and there was this guy, and he's just like jump roping in the parking lot in front of the gym, in the parking lot, in the dark, wearing dark colors. And I'm like, sir, first and foremost, safety. I need you to put on some bright colors or a neon vest or something. If you're going to be jumping rope in the parking lot, can't nobody see you. You're going to get run over. First. Second of all, why are you jumping rope in the parking lot of the gym? Did you walk here to jump rope in front of the gym? Did you drive here to jump rope in front of the gym? What is the plan? And I felt so good when I finally like recognized his face and saw him inside the gym, because it made me think he was a little less crazy, because I was completely alarmed as to why you would come to a gym just to jump rope in front of the gym instead of going out and going into the gym to work out. I was just like, people are fascinating. But yeah, and I still find it alarming that he is unnecessarily comfortable being in dark colors in the very early mornings of the day, in the dark, in a parking lot, jump roping. And I just want to tell him, sir, please get out of the street. Safety first. But that said, he seems like a cool, normal person outside of that. I see him at the gym all the time. And it's weird how, like, the more you see people, even though, I mean, this is still a total stranger, but now I'm used to seeing this person. So now his behavior no longer seems weird. Getting back to the day by day, that story sidetracked so thoroughly. What happened Monday? I went to the gym. I worked on a reel to recap my 2021 year. That was a lot of fun to make. I washed dishes, cooked dinner. On to Tuesday, I went back to the gym, another workout. It's really interesting. Anytime you're like marking something consistently and over, you're just like, okay, do I just keep marking it the same way? Do I find different ways to mark it? Should I be marking it? Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, because these days, most of my days start off with me just going to the gym first thing in the morning, which is also really awesome. I used to work out in the evenings, and switching to working out in the mornings has been really great, because it almost feels as though like your workout is done before your day gets started. And so it doesn't interrupt my day at all. I don't know why I never thought that one through, but because it feels like such an obvious thing now. But yeah, I'm really loving what's happening with all of that. I went to Chick-fil-A for breakfast on my way to work. And we had to get a new timekeeping system at work. That we're going through a whole thing, and it's been a whole dramatic thing, and I don't enjoy the new system. But yeah. And then I got some Happy Mail on Tuesday. Not a super busy day. All right, let's take a look at Wednesday and see if that gets any better. No, I'm just kidding. I love that. I'm just like, Tuesday, you're boring me. Moving on. But anywho, let's take a look at the stickers. I added in some deco with the flourishes. Those hanging stars are from Sadie Stickers. My icons are from Crafts by Towie. Oh my gosh, those bow flourishes, or bow squiggles, that's what they're called, from the Pretty Pink Co. I love those bow squiggles so much, and I am super stocked up on them, which I'm very happy about. And I think once I start running low on them, I will probably get some more. And it's really interesting, because I feel like I go through a lot of different phases when it comes to different things that I like as dividers, but I feel like there's something just so classic about that, and so until it no longer feels like it's just like the perfect match for me and my planning style, I will probably continue to stock up on those bow squiggles, because I adore them. All right, now let's move on to Wednesday. Oh my goodness, Two Little Bees had a release on Wednesday. It was that, I think it's Strawberry Fields is the name of that kit, and that's what I'm marking in this little box here. That I shopped the Two Little Bees new release, and the kit is her Strawberry Fields kit. I believe that is the name. And it's so beautiful and adorable, and it was so crazy. I saw the kit, fell in love immediately, and it's really funny because I think I've been pretty vocal about how I feel about the color red. And I got messaged by a friend of mine, and she was just like, you know, that kid has red in it, right? And I was just like, you guys know me so well. But I was like, yeah, but it's mostly pink. Yeah, my super classic response. And it's so funny because red is definitely not my favorite color. And it's not a color that ends up in my planner a lot. So it definitely speaks volumes that outside of Christmas, to see red in my planner is definitely a rarity. But that kit is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to use it. I am nervous though now, because now I'm like, what if I see it in person and that red feels really, really red? Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think I will like it. I think I will use it. We'll see what happens. Anywho, underneath there, I put in a time off request. Oh, for my booster. I needed to go get my booster shot. And so I just needed to let my boss know that I was just going to be taking some time off in the afternoon, I think the following Monday, so that I could go and get my booster shot. And put down the full box for Wednesday. I was using those dot dividers in between the headers and the full boxes, and I love that look. So cute. And then I edited a haul that I needed to upload onto my YouTube channel. And then to finish off the day, I was binging Scandal season 2. I went back and started watching like old episodes of Scandal, which it is truly one of my favorite shows. And I feel like sometimes there are shows and that kind of catch you at pivotal moments in your life, and you go through certain things where those shows take you back to kind of how you were feeling and where you were at in that point in your life. And Scandal is like that for me, and is what makes it one of my favorite shows, and one of those shows that I will be able to watch over and over for the rest of my life. It was just one of those shows I really connected with, and I remember the very first season, those first 7 episodes. When that first season of Scandal was released, I have seen every single one of those first 7 episodes individually at least 30, 40 times. Each one of them individually at least that many times. It was a little bit of a crazy addiction. I was hooked on that show, and I could not stop watching it. So yeah, we're all judging me right now. It's okay. I understand that it was extreme. It was a lot. I'm not like all in like 1 month or in a day or anything like that, but just in the duration of time in which that show has been in existence, I rewatched lots of episodes from that show, but also rewatched that first season because that was kind of like when I fell in love with the show, and I just thought it was awesome. And so I rewatched that show way too many times. Moving on to Thursday and Friday. I had Friday off of work to observe New Year's Eve. And so I took Thursday off of work as well, so that I would have a 4-day weekend instead of just a 3-day weekend. And I used one of the cute new little shadow boxes from the Panda Bird Design and Rachel of Gather Plans collab. So stinking cute. Added some floral deco, and then those flourishes came in the Sadie Stickers Advent box. I love them so very much, and it was so crazy. I remember we were doing the unboxing of that Advent box, and I saw those flourishes, and I knew those were going to be my favorite. And this, I think, was my first time getting a chance to plan with them in my planner, and they look so good in a planner. I'm obsessed. And then I marked going to the gym on Thursday, and then moved down to putting down my full boxes and trying to figure out, I guess, the best placement for those. And then I'm just building this little floral scene at the bottom of Friday because I want to mark that it was New Year's Eve. And I think that was what I wanted to start doing was putting down the different holiday scripts, because sometimes I'll get started planning in a column and start putting things down, and I'll forget to mark like the special occasions. And so I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure I put that down, and I knew I wanted to layer the New Year's Eve over the full box. And I thought the full box with the clock and the champagne bottle would be really cute and celebratory and a great way to mark New Year's Eve. And it's so funny, I was seeing I think Lauren of Plamosh Pen had was talking about it on Instagram, that a lot of times when she's marking holidays and things in her planner, she tends to mark it at the top of the column. And I tend to do the same thing with holidays and things like that, I'll usually put it at the top. And except for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and it's weird because even though like the eve is the entire day is the eve, for some reason my brain goes right to evening and wants it to be at the bottom of the column. Oh, I think this is the part where I did not realize I apparently didn't have my camera on, and it missed recordings like the rest of what I put down for Thursday. But my new ring light arrived because my old one broke, so I had to order a new one. Oh my gosh, and then Thursday I had to go into work. Oh, so this week, I was working in the office as usual for the first 3 days of this week, then got to Thursday and it was my day off. And then I got a text message from my boss and she's like, hey, the office is shutting down again for the month of January. Please feel free to come into the office today and pick up your laptop, or you can come in on Monday if you would prefer. And I was like, oh my God, like we're like shutting down. And so I was like, oh, I'll come get my laptop today, because I knew I was gonna be way too lazy to want to do that on Monday. So it's like, sure, I'll come get my stuff. And so yeah, went and got all of my stuff so that I could bring it home and set up so that I would be ready to work from home on Monday. Then on to Friday, I uploaded my January kit lineup and did some planning. We went out to dinner. Okay, so this was New Year's Eve. It was a very, very chill day. I mostly just like sat around and did some planning, did some filming. And then that evening, B and I went out to dinner, and then we went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home for the second time. I love that movie so much. Easily my absolute favorite Spider-Man movie, and also easily a bold statement to make as someone who loves the Black Widow movie, but I will say that was my favorite movie of 2021 was Spider-Man No Way Home. That movie is so good. Yeah, so we went to the movies, and then came home, and I think we got home maybe at like 11. So I had only like an hour that I needed to stay up and make it to midnight. Anyone want to guess if I actually made it to midnight? Oh, I did not. That's why I'm laughing. I am laughing at myself. I didn't make it. I only had 1 hour and I didn't make it. Anywho, but yay, Happy New Year. On to Saturday, I started by marking that it was New Year's Day. That script is from Paper Trail Plans. And I decorated that with the florals and the streamers and the fireworks. Added another one of those bow squiggles from the Pretty Pink Co. And then wanted to post an update on my Patreon account. I've added, so with my Patreon, I teach monthly planner classes. And this year I decided to add in monthly challenges, which I am super excited about because I wanted to find some fun ways to just create engagement and really encourage people and just sort of like push people to try new things, myself included, not just people. I won't say that, because this first challenge, oh my gosh, the first challenge for the month of January, I was just like, I've never done this before. This is definitely taking me outside of my comfort zone a little bit, but it's so much fun. I actually got started on that spread this week as I'm doing this voiceover, and I'm having so much fun. But I loved the idea of doing monthly challenges, and having that set up so that like we have monthly challenges and there are giveaways and prizes and things so that people are encouraged to try it. And even me encouraged to try it, even though I can't win the giveaways, but that's cool. I'm such a brat. I can't win my own giveaway. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, then, oh my goodness, we started watching The Mandalorian. And that's a show that my husband, he'd already seen the first 2 seasons. And he loves it because he's a total Star Wars head. But I decided, okay, let's watch The Mandalorian. I know you love this show. And he'd wanted me to watch it with him when it first came out. And I was just like, yeah, I kind of don't want to. I did not have much interest in it. And even when I sat down to watch it with him that day, it was something I was definitely doing for him. And I didn't think I was going to get into it. And then I totally got into it and got crazy obsessed with it. So we started binge watching this Saturday on the 1st. It is Saturday the 8th of January as I am saying this, and we literally just finished the second season yesterday. And I can't wait for the third season. I'm so hooked on this show. It actually ended up being so much better than I thought it was going to be. And then that night we just played some board games. I had bought him this game called Double Shutter for Christmas. And I like board games because it gives us a chance to just be able to just like sit and hang out with each other and do something different other than like watch TV or go to movies or do things like that. And so I was really happy with the games that I picked up for us. And so we were having a game night and we were playing this game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it because I had never heard of it until I bought it, and we were playing, and it's this weird game where you like have to like roll the dice, and it's a strategy game for tiles that you're flipping down and like different number combinations, and trying to like sweep the board on this thing is darn near impossible. And I did it. It was the most random, like unexpected thing in the whole world. And it's because it's one of those things that I can't repeat. We have continued to play this game. I can't even get close. And so it's just, it's totally like you can't predict it. You can't predict it at all. But B and I are super competitive with each other, and he is like desperate to sweep the board on this thing. And so we will continue to play this game until he does so, and until life feels right again for him, because right now it does not. But that's okay, because I got there first, even though I had zero control over that random thing happening. But that did not stop me from gloating. Oh yeah. On to Sunday, slept in, uploaded my top 10 of 2021 spreads, did some planning, and then set up my work monitors so I would be ready for work the next day. And that is my New Year's spread and my first spread of 2022. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next video. Bye.